just before Turntide, I was at a company called Lending Home. It's a fintech company, and I worked on the money team and wrote code to help investors invest in real estate loans. So, and we moved a lot of money around. That was interesting. But then that's around this time, I started a group at work called Pale Blue Dot to create a platform to raise awareness about environmental issues. So every month I would talk about various ways in which, as humans, we have an impact on the planet. For example, using disposables, our food production systems, making water available for drinking, and the clothing industry, the beverage industry. So there are so many things. And the more I read about it, for the lack of a better word, it's like a horror story. We have altered nature in permanent ways because of the amount of pollutants we dump into various ecosystems. So I just couldn't unsee what I had learned, and I really wanted to take another step further and find a job at a company that was solving an environmental issue. So that's when I began my job search journey and ended up at Turntide, which I'm super proud of and very glad. This is such an important step in my career. So I really like working here. There's several reasons, but one of the biggest things is working with my teammates. It's been such a wonderful journey. I have the most kind, humble, and of course, smartest teammates. It's such a pleasure to learn from them every day. So it's not just the technologies that I learn, it's also planning for the upcoming 2 weeks, or sticking to the plan and helping each other out and seeing how we can unblock each other. And also the emphasis on having a culture where radical transparency and all of these things are valued. So it's the whole thing, right? I have learned so much. Specifically, I'd like to just give you an example of how great my teammates are. So over the summer, when the coronavirus lockdown had started, I found it a bit challenging to work from home. I live in a studio, it's quite small, and my mom was here, which is great. She's amazing. I'm so glad she was there as my support system, but it was kind of challenging. And I had just started to work on a project, and I was quite unfamiliar with the technologies, and I was struggling to figure out how it worked end to end. But my co-worker was who was helping me on that project, and Hyori was familiar with with that part of the code base, was so kind and helpful, and he was so generous with his time. He had his own commitments to fulfill, but like everyone else, he was committed to producing excellent work and also helping others on the team do good work. So I found that very inspiring, and also I'm so grateful for that kind of support and kindness.